already seeing a slide I need to take out of here. Give me a few moments, folks. I am running way the F behind tonight. Had some stuff going on here, trying to get everything in order for our first couple matches. So hang tight. We'll be going soon. Damn, Tetris Deathmatch is still a thing? I have no idea. I mean, go Vandy if it is. Alright, I have that much done. Let me start getting the players in here. We can get underway. Is SV in yet? SV is not in yet. We need Mr. Sam Vaughan. If you are within the sound of my voice, you probably should be joining Mr. Champs. And if you're not within the sound of my voice, well, you probably should get within the sound of my voice. How the heck am I doing? I am doing all right. Just a little slow getting together here. I'm kind of glad that a player is late because it's helping me get set up. Let me get the YouTube chat up as well so I can say hi to everyone over there. Welcome if you are watching over on the tubes. I haven't even pinged anyone yet. Like, I am so far behind. This is a disaster. Yeah, 1A. Alright, cool. It's like, sorry. Alright, we're gonna have both players in a moment here. That looks kind of upside down. Alright, the other way. Oh my god, okay. Let's go down here. Alright, I'll just wait for Scooty to show up. And then I will deal with things and stuff. live. Not Ava's live. Just live. Show. I'm glad I have a decent typing speed. There. Done. We have ping. And SV is in the Nestris champs, which means we should be getting going pretty soon, folks. Seem to be having a bit of an issue with SV's NTC. Like I have... Let me refresh and see what's going on here. So I show that SV is in the room. Let me try this. Okay, this is a me thing. Got it. There we go. All right, yeah, it's working now. Cool. Excellent. So with everything working, we can get started here. What's going on? It is me, RONCLI. I am your host for tonight's Sunday night CTL Primetime show. We have some bangers for you this evening, including two players at the top of Division 1A. It's going to be Blue Scooty taking on SV, and then Blue Scooty will also conclude his season against ID Kirby as well. If we learned anything about ID Kirby last season, it's that don't take him lightly. He's taken out champions before. So after that, we'll go down to Division 3A and wrap that up. We'll have Anpu taking on Vance, rather. But Vance got the right to be called Vince, so I guess that's okay. And then we'll close it out with Guerrero and PacoisTaco. Here is the lineup for this evening, along with the Division 1 standings. I do not yet have the playoff race updated. Maybe someone does. I will double check. This looks actually fairly updated. Yeah, pretty sure it's up to date. Let's show it. Alex T currently on top with 6-0, but the problem with that is he's only 10 points clear of Blue Scooty. If Blue Scooty wins both of his matches and loses less than 3 games doing so, he will be the #1 seed. SV, meanwhile, cannot be the #1 seed. He could be the #2 seed. He could also be the 3 or 4 seed, depending on how his match tonight plays out. Sidnev is done at 4-2. Actually, no, Sam. SV's got a 5-0, so yeah, he's automatically ahead of Sidnev, no matter what happens tonight. So it's a pretty interesting situation. Cobra Critical Lap is currently sitting in the number 3 spots, but their seasons are done. Cole could potentially pass. Actually, no. Critical Lapis is not in the number 6 spot. This is not properly updated. Because Cole has 19 points. Critical Lapis is only 18? We'll figure it out. We'll get it. We'll have 2 matches to play tonight to get it updated. Let's go ahead and get ready for our first match of the night. And I'm going to go ahead and go in and start... Oh, Anpu's way ahead of me. Thank you, sir. I was literally about to come in and do that. Blue Scooty on the left, SV on the right. Let's find out if we're going to get any 19 this evening and whether or not we're going to re-roll or increment or flip to determine how our pieces are rolled. Rare case where Twitch mod actually does his job. Don't tell Vandy. He'll try to recruit you over to CTM. Alright, there we go. The question has been asked in chat. Scooty's pieces are very sparkly today. 18 rerolls, a call from SV. Scooty, are you good with reroll? We got Grandpa in the house. What's going on? Welcome in. Scooty, heads or tails? Scooty wins it with the T. I mean, he's from Oklahoma. I feel like Dr. Pepper is an Oklahoma thing. How am I? I am quite flustered because I got a late start. I don't like getting a late start because it makes me panic that I've missed something. I don't think I've missed anything, but I think we're doing all right. Thank you for the heart for 5 bits. Hope you're doing well. Scooty right back to warming up here. Scooty, you need a heads or tails from you. Or I could just ask SV, I mean, doesn't matter. If he doesn't see it, I'll go annoy him. Thank you, thank you. You can go annoy him anyway. And then say hi to everyone on camera. Hello, hello, hello. I need to get my stuff together for... You know what? I'm going to open up a tab in one of my browsers right now. to remind myself to get my CTWC stuff together. I need to do that, like, soon. SV has decided for us. He's going to call Tails. And Tails it is. We will be re-rolling the seed. Here is your first seed. F45460. You snooze, you lose, Scooty. 825. Oh, jeez. Okay. Settle down. There it is. SoCal Gaming Expo. That up on my screen, please. There we go. All right, just waiting on warm-ups to finish and seed entered and ready's on board. Once we have that, we're going to be underway. Yes, he was locked. We'll see what SV has got in store. I feel like SV is like the quiet killer type, right? He has just been quietly accumulating all these wins this season. And now has an opportunity here tonight to potentially take the #1 spot away from Scooty, at least in the division. I think if he 3-0s here, he just outright wins. Like, nothing Scooty can do. But any other win from SV means that Scooty will still have a chance, since they are currently tied in points, despite there being a 1-game difference in favor of Scooty having the opportunity to get more points out of it. Floxix is LFG SV. Yeah, he's going. He's not entering the seed, but hopefully we'll with the seed. U2 title fix, thank you. I can't do that. I wish I could. So all you folks over on YouTube can thank the king for his royal duties. F45460 is the seed. That, of course, does mean we will have a minimum of 2 all-numerics. Well, no, because we're not incrementing. That means nothing. What am I saying? We're re-rolling. We have a ready from Scooty. Sweet. Appreciate it. And there is a ready for SV. Let's go ahead and get this counted down for game #1 of the Division 1. Hold on. I got this. For the Division 1A match between Blue Scooty and SV. Let's get started with Sunday Night Primetime in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Scooty in chat saying, let's go have fun. Clearly, that's what that was. On the left. And I know people get mad that I put Blue Scooty on the red side, but I mean, I'm only following what's in the channel. But yes, on the left, rolling out of the United States with an NTSC PB of a world record 40,264,000. Welcome in the 5-time CTL champion, Blue Scooty. And on the right, a roller out of the United Kingdom with an NTSC PB of 5,984,000. And currently with 5 Tetrises in a row to start game number 1, it is SV Mr. Vaughan. If it's Cullen as host, probably re-roll as best. You want 5 Cullen seats? Like, seriously? By the way, SV's perfect run ends at 5, but he will get another Tetris there as he's down stacking to get the right side back in order. Okay. All right, that was aggressive. Dirty Tetris. We're tied at 164,540 points, but now SV, before even hearing me say that, pushes down for 1. I did that in my match today. I heard that I was tied, and I got an extra pushdown point. I think that was the only game I lost in my match. So there's that. 24-5 plus piece drought happening here. There's a bar, though, for the Tetris. Boxite cheering on the pushdown point. And yeah, we are going to get a doubleheader of Blue Scooty tonight, as he is going to be finishing out his season. After this, we'll only have 1 match remaining. And depending on how tonight goes, it could be a very important match between ID, Kirby, and Alice. Well done, Tyler. Well done. $315 for Scooty, $292 for SV. A little more than halfway through our opening level of 18. We do play 130 lines of 18. We'll follow that by 100 lines of faster speeds, 50% faster to be exact. The levels will continue climbing every 10 levels, or every 10 lines, and you get more points the higher the level, but the speed won't change again until level 29 when it doubles. And then, should the players survive that, it will change one final time at level 39, or it will double again. And this is a big drought. SV with a dirty center well, not able to take advantage of that long bar. Now it's going to be Scooty's turn to play with this drought. Let's see how he handles it. And he's taking the necessary burns. Does get the board in a workable state. And after 46 pieces, Scooty will find himself with a Tetris. SV with the real-time lead, 385 to 357, but make no mistake, the pace lead belongs to Scooty, as there is 15 lines of difference between the two, which is pretty significant on 18. Can I lower the music by 2 or 3? Let me see. Is it the wrong volume? Okay, it's the correct volume, but if it's too loud, I need to turn it down elsewhere. Let me do that. Oh, yeah, this is like doubly as loud as it usually is. My bad. That should be much better. 500,000 into level 19 for SV. Is going to bang down a Tetris. I don't know why that volume was messed up. 483 for Scooty, so Scooty had the pace lead, but he has since lost it, and SV will now have both the real-time lead and the pace lead as we enter level 19 speeds. 582 to 509. 13 lines of difference. It is closer than the score indicates. Scooty with a Tetris. Both players with
Fantastic looking boards. Yeah, audio issues on a Tetris stream? I mean, that never happens. Ask Toast. SV setting up dirty left well. Scooty is catching up to SV. SV will bang down that dirty left well, has another one set up, and will bang down another. 728 for SV, 650 out of Tetris to go to 679 for Scooty. Another Tetris for SV as he reaches the halfway point through the level 19 speeds. Another Tetris for Scooty. It's less than a 2 Tetris difference. Now it's, well, it was less than 1 Tetris difference for a moment, but SV with another Tetris. Scooty has a slight pace lead. And by slight, I mean like a third of a Tetris. It's very close right now. Ooh, T-spin set up here for SV. He's going to wait for it. And he's not getting it. He's still burning, trying to wait for that T, and finally just tucks in the J. We'll see how much that costs him as Scooty is about to hit level 26. He only trails by 5,000 points. There's the T-spin finally for SV. But that hurt his pace enough that Scooty has taken the real-time lead, despite being behind in levels. But Scooty running into a little bit of traffic here on 26. Kind of the same spot that SV ran into it. 946 for SV, 970 now for Scooty after that Tetris. Max outs are coming soon. There's a Tetris for SV. And here we go, 1,021 for SV into level 29. Scooty maxes out into 28. SV playing it safe here. Another Tetris, Scooty back in the lead, 1,043. SV at 1,040. Tetris for SV, he takes the lead. Scooty's into 29. He'll take the lead right back. Oh, this is back and forth. SV currently in the lead. He's ready for a Tetris. Where's the bar? Oh, it comes too late. But he's still set up. Just needs another bar. But he has to burn it down again. Scooty set up. Bang, Tetris. Scooty back in the lead. But SV steals it right back. 1,176 to 1,155. SV having to do some burns here. Scooty is ready for Tetris, but that is a 26-plus Pete's drought. And he finally gets a bar for the Tetris. He's back in the lead. But SV steals it back. Scooty back in the lead. Back and forth here on the 29 speeds. This is phenomenal. Waiting on a bar, but there's another drought, but he gets the bar for the Tetris. SV back in the lead. Scooty looking for a bar now to take it back. And there it is, 1,305 plays 1,294 within 11,000 points. Scooty now a Tetris and change in the lead, but SV knocks down another one. But there's Scooty with a Tetris. Time running out for SV. He's behind in score and ahead in lines. Scooty has taken an 80,000 point real-time lead. And SV running into a bit of traffic here on 37. But gets that left well triple. Keeps it alive, but what can he do? He's back by over 2 Tetrises and only has, well, now by 70,000 points. He's got to set up for 2 and hope that Scooty tops out now. And that's not going to happen. SV going to top out 1,434. Scooty takes a thrilling game number 1 to go up 1-0. exactly the type of game you want to see between the top two players in the division. That's amazing. Well, you're getting at least one all-numeric seed. 098240. Better than yesterday by a mile. Crap, I gotta watch that back. SV with the ready. He looks fairly relaxed after that first game. That first game, though. I'm not relaxed after that first game, and I wasn't playing. It's just really good. So it's like we're just waiting on Scooty to return, enter the seed. That hits me right in the superstition organs, I know. How dare it. SV with the ready and Scooty with a chair, yes indeed. Alright, Scooty is back. I'll repost the seed in case he missed it. And they have a ready. Both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get this counted down. Game number 2 between Scooty and SV will start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. This match here is the 8th meeting between these two players for ELO. They also met one time, not for ELO. And that came on Tetris Friendlies back in 2022, where SV took a 3-1 win. You might be surprised to know that these two players play awfully close. In their 7 prior ELO meetings, Blue Scooty has a 4-3 edge. Now, it's been a while since SV has gotten a win on him. He got a win back in some ELO battles on Martz's channel, of all people. Played 3 times in CTL. SV won the first one back in Season 22, but lost in both Season 30 and 31. They played on CT Gauntlet Ascension, where SV took a 3-1 win. It's been all Scooty since. They met twice in the CTL quarterfinals. Once in Season 24 and once in Season 27. Scooty swept both times. So their last 4 meetings in CTL have gone Scooty's way. SV looking to change that, and that first game was strong for both players. Have I ever used the date filter on the matchup page? Not really, because I don't really use it that much, but I could see a use case for it. Like if someone wants to report on how a matchup went between 2 players in like 2025 or something like that. Scooty is having some issues with his board here. He's not liking what he's seeing. but I have no doubt he'll be able to get this down. SV also not in a great spot, but he's in a great spot score-wise. He's going to bang down a dirty Tetris. He has a 6 Tetris lead, 250 to 115. That is a big lead early. Yeah, that's true. Like, there's not a lot of people that have a ridiculously long history. Like, there's Tetris Time Somalian, there's Cole Cobra, there's a few other ones I could probably name if I thought about it long enough. Dog Andy. Stuff like that. Hey, Tyler! You figured out a rhyme. GG. 330 for SV, 223 for Scooty. No real line difference here, so that fourth, almost 5 Tetris lead is the actual pace lead as well. Yeah, watch Anpu start removing features from the ELO sheets. It's gonna just turn it all into one big enshittification fest. He's gonna turn into, like, ELO Google. Bit of a high board here for SV. He does get the bar over for the Tetris, but if that came any later, that could have been a problem. Put features behind paywalls, yeah? Or just change the features that everyone likes. Monthly subscription to access the player history page. We're approaching level 19 here. It's a 150,000 point lead for SV. $529 into level 19 for SV, 377. A suffer game if I've ever seen one for Scooty. But SV not able to get into the groove here early on in 19. Scooty's going to take a Tetris. He'll pull one back. SV again going aggressive with the dirty center will, and will get the dirty Tetris with the well transfer back over to the right. Scooty set up, looking for a bar. There's a Tetris for Scooty. We can buy a loot crate for a chance at seeing the all-time. So Tyler just wants to purchase ELO. That's all he wants. He wants to buy ELO. Bit of a high board for SV right now. Scooty has been closing the gap while SV's been struggling with this board. It's an 81,000 point difference. Scooty's going to add a Tetris to knock it down to less than 2 Tetrises. And he'll get another Tetris as well. This lead is rapidly disappearing. We'll see if it goes aggressive here. Yes, SV is indeed going aggressive. But there's no bar. 23 pieces and counting on this drought. He does get the dirty Tetris and sets up for another one on row 4. And will score that dirty Tetris. SV has been playing out of his mind when it comes to these dirty setups. Like, he's got no fear today. And it's been paying off, like, every time. He's set up again. Another dirty Tetris for SV. 737 for SV. 725 for Scooty. SV weathering the drought. He will get a Tetris there. Oh my god, 737's a plane. Yes, indeed. Another Tetris for Scooty. Scooty with the pace lead, but not very big one. This is, again, going to be close into level 29. Not as much scoring as last game was. Scooty has a chance to get a max out, but I don't think SV can. SV setting up a Tucker spin. It's going to get a Tetris first. And then we'll find the S and he'll miss the spin. So he just plays one row up. There's the par. There's the Tetris level 29. Coming up, 896 is the score for SV. Scooty has taken a 100,000 point lead into the transition. And it could be more if he can bang down a Tetris. And there's the bar. There's the Tetris. 1,032,000 for Scooty. This game turned throughout the course of the level 19 speeds. Also, didn't Scooty have a sub 400 into 19? And he maxed out into transition 29. That is just insane. SV with the better board here. Gonna bang down a Tetris. He gets the 1.1. He's only backed by a Tetris. He is ahead in lines, but not as badly as last game. Another Tetris for SV. Scooty finally set up for a Tetris, and then there's no bar. Oh, he hangs the square on the left. He will get a Tetris to take the lead at 1,213,000, but now he's going to have to clean that off, and SV will take advantage with a Tetris. He's in the lead. Another Tetris for SV. He has pulled it back here on level 29. You don't see that too often against Scooty, but Scooty having trouble. He'll get the bar over for the dirty Tetris, but he's still backed by 25,000 points and now has to dig and needs a crucial 5-tap, but he gets it with the bar. 1,352,000 for SV, 1,290,000 for Scooty. Time is running out for Scooty to clean this up. And SV is on level 38, but Scooty's board is reaching the rafters right now. He's still, though, burning this down. Oh my god. And he's just going to throw in the towel there. 1,307,000 will be the final. SV with an impressive 18 and maybe even a more impressive 29 there. We'll tie it at 1. And yeah, that is correct. Scooty had a perfect 13-0 game record coming into that game. And SV will be the first one to take a game off of him. Not a surprise, though, because given the last 2 seasons, SV has done that. $105 Ts. I feel like that's low for a 39. But 106 bars is worse. Like, yeah. Definitely a suffer seed, and SV was better for it. We have a ready from Scooty. And there is SV's ready. Let's go ahead and get them counted down for game number 3. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Kingsman says, I wonder what increment would have looked like. Increment just increments spark counter by 1, right? You know, kind of one of the more interesting things about the way the seeds work in Tetris, on the gym card anyway, we discovered a while back a pair of seeds that were 1 character off, E versus F in the last position. And the pieces were identical for like an uncanny number of pieces before they diverged. I wish I could remember what the seeds were because it was really bizarre. SV improving on his game 1 start, but will take his first burn of the game after 6 Tetrises in a row. I'm going to take this time, by the way, to let you know about our Matcherino prize pool. In the lower right-hand corner, you see that we have accumulated 2s, lots of them, 5 of them to be exact, $222.22 currently in the prize pool. By my standards for CTL, that's pretty low. We can do better than that. We want to get this prize pool up to at least $1,000 as we do every season. But now that we have the $2,000 incentive, which pays out the top 8 players, you know, we're really wanting to push towards that. So next week is the final week of the regular season. You'll have until then through the playoffs and then a couple days after that to get your Matcherino contributions in and help get these players paid. Give them a reason to want to keep coming back to CTL. We're having some amazing games here in this set, and I would love to see that keep going. $303 for SV, $247 for Scooty. Yeah, CTWC is coming soon, and I don't know if you know this, but SoCal ain't cheap. SV gonna commit to some burning here. How much will the line spin? Very nice. And the answer to how much is not much, as he is setting up in column 8. It's kind of funny because I actually saw a line spin sooner in that sequence, but his line spin was much better. Like, this is wonderful. Tetris Time in chat says, how does one line spin? Really, TT? Bit of a complication here for both players. One player has some holes in the stacks, and the other has a nice big ol' dependency. Scooty actually in a bit of trouble, but he's going to turn it into Dirty Tetris. This game is pretty close. 453 for SV into the 100-line turn. And while Scooty cannot get that much, he will get a 422. Are you serious that you don't know how? You know how the line spins. The second Mino from the bottom is the rotation point, and it always rotates to the left. Even Martz may have done. Even Macy can do a line spin. May not work out in his favor, but he can do a line spin. 568 for SV, 537 for Scooty. If you know, you know. No, you can't spin a long bar in column 10. It has to be column 9. There's no wall kicks in NES Tetris. Here we go, 585 for Scooty, 637 for SV. SV has been playing extraordinarily well, as has Scooty. Another Tetris for both players, 50,000 point lead. Keep wanting to call SV the Friendlies champion, but I didn't. I still haven't watched the ending of the show yesterday, so I don't know. Don't spoil it, please, if you've seen it. I still plan on watching it. 748 for SV, 717 for Scooty. How far was I first match? $73,000 point lead for SV. We're approaching the halfway point of the level 19 speeds. Another Tetris for Scooty. Also, I think the best moment of what I've watched so far was when Hazel literally got out of the ladder and climbed it after she won. That was so good. I will not be disappointed. Oh my god. Okay, I will watch that. Max out for SV on 25 here. Scooty kind of breathing a sigh of relief after getting that bar over for the Tetris. He has a hole in row 5. We'll be able to get one more Tetris before, well, he's going to address it from above. Seems the way to go. Did I hear your new track? I may not have, actually. I will go back and listen. SV here with a wonderful game. Got 13 lines before the kill screen. He's going to get a Tetris with 4 of them. And has the 1.2 as Scooty just barely over a max out. 5 Tetris lead for SV as we approach level 29. Another Tetris for SV. And here we go. Scooty in at 1,111,000. SV in at 1,292,000. Over a 180,000 point lead at the transition. But yeah, Zrola Kenzie was cinema. I mean, that was a great match. Really enjoyed it. Ooh, bit of a king bar there for SV, but not much trouble for him to deal with. He's just got to get that LJ dependency sorted out. Has to take multiple burns to get it done, but it happens. Scooty not really able to take advantage of the situation that SV went through. It's still 120,000 points. And now, SV set up, but it's going to have to burn this down. Oh, he doesn't get the 5-tap. He will get a Tetris, though. And that will provide a relief. He misses another 5-tap. And a third, and he's just going to throw in the towel. Scooty, you're in a chase down. You need D, as in David. 85. And Scooty has all the time in the world here. I don't know if it's quite line-outable. I feel like Scooty would know that better than me at this point. Yeah, I'm not sure this is line-outable. I think he needs a Tetris. Or at least a triple or two. But he is now back to the bottom and maybe just looking to set up and getting this done right now. He is set up, but... Oh my god, okay. Scooty's like, I just saw a ghost. But he gets it done. He's up 2-1. Scooty giving everyone a heart attack at the end there, but he will make it all the way to the double kill screen with a 1,411,000, taking it by less than a Tetris. Here is your next seed, B2A538. All right. There's a Tetris for Scooty. Oh my god, I'm reading chat. And I think one thing and say the other. It's like... It's not like really dyslexia, but it's like very awkward when it happens. We are ready. We got both players ready for game 4. Let's count them down. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Both these players currently undefeated in the match record column. SV had taken out the rest of the division. Critical Lapis, Floxe, Alice, Akatu, and ID Kirby. Blue Scooty has yet to play ID Kirby, but that will change, as he's slated to play next. And these two are the top two in the division no matter what. Nobody else can catch them at this point. Critical Lapis has to hope that Alice and ID Kirby beat each other up enough that he gets to stay in third. Of course, Alice and ID Kirby do have an opportunity to get into that top 3. And after tonight, only one matchup will remain in Division 1A. That would be Alice and Kirby. On the B side, we don't have any Division 1Bs happening tonight, so we'll just quickly go over what's going on over there. Alex T has won the division with 40 points. Sidnev, second with 28. Great comeback for Sidnev. Cobra's currently at 22, occupying the number 3 spot, but Cobra has yet to play Hydrant and could overtake Cobra to bring him down to a potential wildcard. 22 points seems like it's going to be enough for a wildcard spot. So I'm pretty sure Cobra's going to be safe for the playoffs regardless. And then Winter and Peak will have to fight it out. depending on what happens with Hydrant and Cole, Winter has a chance to stay alive in Division 1 for next season without having to play a promotional playoff match. Tetris for SV, he goes into the half at 327. Scooty will Tetris in at 307, so strong games for both players to start game 4. Get a bit of a drought here. It's going to cause some issues for SV, but he's going to look to pull off a delayed burn here, and it does work out. He'll bang down a Tetris. Scooty bangs one down as well. 20,000 point difference. Pulver's Hydrant will be next Sunday. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. It'll be a very important match for Cole. Scooty with a bit of a hang there. And he gets the double tuck. How about that? A double tuck of the square like that on level 18 is a frame perfect trick. You must do it at 30 hertz. Estee getting some good Stranger Things vibes from this song. It's one we've had on here for a while now. It's Prey from White Bat 7. And Bro's already released like 5 or 6 EPs this year, and it's February. It's like, man's a machine. Maybe literally, I don't know. 561 for SV, 522 for Scooty. Both players have been playing level 18 very efficiently this time around. SV potentially with a 670. If he can Tetris out without burning. He might do that. He's already at 653. Oh yeah, the J into the L tuck. That is a pretty tuck, let me tell you. Another Tetris for SV. He's in at 677. Scooty's in a pretty good score of 616. It's just not 677. Like, that is an impressive transition for SV. Yeah, that's the whole reason why SV transitioned at that score, Floxite, so that commentator would say 6-7. Tetris for Scooty, in fact, simul Tetris, both of them will bang one down. 64,000 point lead for SV. Ooh, missed 5 tap there. Does get a Tetris though, so he should be all right. He's going to take advantage of the fact that he does have a lead here and just burn this down. Kind of a precarious board state for SV, and you can see he's taking that seriously. He's not going to mess around. But this has allowed Scooty to pull in within 2 Tetrises. And SV finally going to get a Tetris. Scooty, though, with a bit of a misroute there. Didn't see quite what happened, but now he's got a burn. He's not going to get a Tetris for a bit here. He's down by 95,000. A little bit of frustration showing from Scooty here. SV just playing very cleanly. He's run the lead to 6 digits. He's got another Tetris. And he's threatening to do yet another level 25 max. Tetris for SV. It's not going to be level 25 unless he, like, triples or something. It's a 992 and will go into level 26 at 1,024,000. Dirty Tetris for Scooty. And another off-column Tetris. Some great solves for Scooty there. But now it's time to go to work. The pace difference is 4 Tetrises. Have to do some burning there because the long bar was missing. Ooh, a miss Z-spin there for SV. Gonna get cleaned up quickly, but that will allow Scooty to catch up another Tetris. And there's Tetris for SV and another one. He could get a 1.2 if he's able to find a Tetris before entering 29. And he will. 1,208,000 for SV. Scooty's board a little distressed. He's gonna go in dirty at 1,065,000. He almost had that cleaned up too. He's gonna have to take a triple though. But SV also and I'm not ready to get started on the host scoring here. Level 30. 4 Tetris lead for SV. SV gets us back down to the bottom. Scooty also down to the bottom. SV with a bit of a line-out strat there. Trying to use this 150,000 point lead he has to his advantage. But Scooty's going to bang down a Tetris. SV does as well. 1,317,000 for SV. 1,154,000 for Scooty. He'll add a Tetris. But SV is in control. Scooty is really high. He misses a 4-tap right. He misses another one. And he's going to be done at 1,195,000. He's like, what happened? Well, what happened is you're in a decider. Eyeball calling it in chat there. So Scooty doesn't lose the #1 seed if he loses this match. If he is able to overcome ID Kirby, he would still take the division. But obviously his mechanics need some help. Here's your seed. FA9423. And if you're just coming in, I would highly recommend, after this broadcast, you go back. If you didn't see it, please watch Game 1. It was pretty good. Like, we didn't get, like, world record scores or anything, but just how close it was the entire way. It was probably one of the tightest 29s I have ever seen. Jabridra asking, what is a seed in Tetris? A seed in Tetris is something that we use in these specialized carts, we call it Tetris Gym, that allow the pieces to play the game with the same pieces. So, I'll give an example here. We have a ready from Scooty. Yeah, we gotta pay the subscription fee to see that Elo drop. Both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get this counted down because Game 5 is upon us. Blue Scooty and SV will start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. You can see both players starting off with the square, and then the Z, and then the square, and then the J, and it will keep on going until the game's over. But what's fun about having the same pieces is watching them do different things with them. Like, that's just kind of fascinating. And the reason, the primary reason we do that is because of the tendency of this game to have long bar droughts, and when you're on a, if you're on randomness, one player could get like a 60-piece drought and the other player would just be playing normally, you know? It's another thing. Scooty going really aggressive here. But burned it down. Set up again. Takes the skim. Looking for a bar. There's a drought, though. He is not ready for Tetris, but gets ready again. But the 25-piece droughts is... You probably don't want to be setting up right now. Scooty is not look pleased. He might be pleased to know, though, that it's only a 2 Tetris lead. 79,000 for SV, 26,000 for Scooty. And Scooty will bang down a Tetris first of the game, 50,000 for him. It's early. You know, anything can happen. So SV hanging on to a 35,000 point lead. Kingsman says, I think the problem is he switched from cola to Dr. Pepper. Scooty abandons the DAS switch there. That support was getting a little too high for his liking. It does eventually get the Tetris. Now SV's turn for the drought. He'll bang down a Tetris as well. 55,000 point lead for SV. Oh my god, is that true? Stolen short sword with the online facts that the last time Blue Scooty had lost in the CTL regular season, December 2024, to Alex Thatch. That's one of those stats where, you know, if you're gonna lose to someone, might as well be the champ. The world champ. He just likes the shirt. Oh, we have a negative O showing up in Scooty's board. I gotta say, I am not accustomed to seeing this level of frustration out of Scooty. He is unhappy with things at the moment. SV currently enjoying a 100,000 point lead here at 85 lines. 314 to 214. Waltman says he can't. He's too distracted thinking about CTWC Toronto. Just about at the 100-line turn, Scooty. Gonna get a bar over for the Tetris. God, I got so all the negative pieces showing up. That was a negative J in SV's board for a second. So I'm working this down. It's going to give Scooty an opportunity to get back in this, because SV is not going to be scoring for a little bit here, I'd say, unless he starts going aggressive again, which pretty common from SV. $403 for SV, $378 for Scooty. This game has gotten pretty close. Look at it. This is going to be really close to transition, too. How many squares does the game think SV needs? That's a lot of squares. Scooty will Tetris into transition at 427. A bit of a misdrop right before transition means that Scooty actually has the lead. 417 for SV, but he'll get a dirty Tetris right away. Ooh, a couple mechanical issues there for SV. He's in a bit of a spot here. Scooty with that Z. Ugh. Not going to be able to take advantage immediately unless he decides to left well this. And he does. Left well Tetris for Scooty. And that gets a clean well transfer back to the right. But that's a dirty Tetris for SV. Much to the surprise of no one if they've been watching this match for any amount of time. And SV's got the board fixed up. So after all that, Scooty with an 80,000 point lead. 565 to 485. Both players kind of on the low side of what you'd expect out of their paces. Oh, the Vance adjustment there. Sam Vance strikes again. He'll get another pair of Tetrises. Scooty, good looking board here. Back both players. Keeping their stacks nice and clean. Waiting on bars. There's a Tetris for Scooty. Feels like Scooty might have gotten a Tetris with the last bar in the sequence. Okay, there we go. After a 40-piece drought, Scooty will bang another one down. Actually, I don't know if that was a 40-piece drought. I feel like that was a lie. Oh, the Vance adjustment for Scooty. Very nice. SV, not to be outdone, gets his second Vance. Bangs down a Tetris. Scooty thought he was going to go for a Vance, but instead turns into a T-spin. All of a sudden, I mean, this match feels like it's turned into a Vance off. Another Tetris for Scooty. Trying to hold this lead into level 29. He's got another Tetris threatening a max out into transition. SV can't do that, so Scooty, pretty good advantage. What a bar timing for Scooty there. Scooty's in at 1,008,000. SV will single in at 947. Here we go. Final game of the regular season for SV. Oh, Scooty in trouble. Scooty is done at 1,054,000, but SV also in trouble. Where's the bar? He doesn't get the bar. You have a chase down, you need a 55. And he's not going to get it. Scooty hangs on. In a thrilling 5-game set. What a finish. I am trying to get the winner scene up. And there it is, your winner of the first match. And also, your Division 1A champion for Season 32. It's Blue Scooty! All right. I hope that up next we will have Scooty and Kirby. We'll see what happens with that. Stay tuned. We'll be back. Whoops. You didn't see that. Because you're seeing ads. That's why you didn't see that. All right, so it looks like we're gonna be taking a short break then, which is fine. Let me just verify that that's what the plan is. All right, that's what we'll do then. We will be back at 40 after the hour. And we'll start our second match then. Stay tuned.
Nope, Canada dry. I'm surprised you heard that, though. My mic usually doesn't pick that stuff up. Okay, seriously, why did this give me Vance's camera? Even though I have ID Kirby selected. That is so weird. Fortunately, easy fix. Well, in that case, let me transition over. Looks like we're gonna start a little before. 40 after. I have Scooty on the left. ID Kirby on the right. Let's find out what we're gonna do level-wise and piece-wise. Oops, looks like I lost Scooty's camera. And we got it back. Good. Let's find out how the level of the seat's gonna go. And maybe while we're doing intros, Kingsman, you can help me out here and let me know what would happen if Blue Scooty got to 40 points.
18 increments the call. Here's your seed A7, 8A, 2B. We have a ready from Scooty. And there is the ready from Kirby. Let's go ahead and get this counted down for our Division 1A matchup between Blue Scooty and ID Kirby. We'll start game one in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And immediately lost Kirby there. Let's try to let's go ahead and top out. Not the same seed. Anpu, remember that thing you said earlier about mods doing their job? All right. Oh, well, yep, there you go. Oh, both players are ready. Let's get this match started between Blue Scooty and ID Kirby here in Division 1A. We'll count it down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And once again, why is this not working? Okay, there we go. He gets our friend Kirby back on the camera here. There we go. Just kind of slid off camera to start the game. Let's go ahead and introduce the players. First up on the left, you just saw him get a 3-2 win over Mr. SV and take Division 1A as his own. Rolling out of the United States with an NTSC PB of 40,264,000 off the back Blue Scooty. And on the right, roller out of the United States with a PB of 3,497,000. Welcome in ID Kirby. Of course, as mentioned, Blue Scooty is the Season 32 champion of Division 1A, regardless of the outcome of this match. I do not know what happens if Scooty goes 3-0 here and ties Alex T, because I am not that familiar with the tiebreak scenarios between divisions. But either way, that will land him as either the number 1 or the number 2 seed. Bit of a drought forming here. I don't think the number on Scooty's side is correct. 22 pieces looks more correct to me. So both players will bang down a Tetris. Another Tetris for Scooty. Kirby running into a little bit of traffic here as the pieces are not aligning very well. What the heck? All right, finally, bar shows up. And now he's just got a bar dependency. He's going to not take any chances with that.
Get that cleaned up rather quick. Very nice placement on the L as well. 326 for Scooty at the half. 253 for Kirby. So, fairly big lead for Scooty at the moment. That last song that people are talking about, giving Friday the 13th vibes, called The Vanishing off of White Bat 2. Both players navigating the level 18 speeds with little difficulty at the moment. Scooty does have a lead, though. It's currently about a 4 Tetris lead. It's the T-spin. Tetris time, surely you know what a T-spin is. Kingsman in chat says if Blue Scooty sweeps here and gets 40, he ties Alex for the #1 seed. They tie on all tiebreakers, so with parallel divisions, we use the strength of opponent to break the tie, which uses games won in total by the division. 1A currently has 82 wins and 1B has 72 wins. Which means that Scooty would be the #1 seed if he sweeps, based on tiebreaks. That's interesting, using the total number of games played as strength of division, because, like, it makes sense. The more games that are played in the division, the harder it was for the players in that division to earn those match wins. Both players getting a little high here. That's a bad hang for Kirby. This could be a problem. And Kirby's just going to throw in the towel. Scooty's up 1-0. That came out of nowhere. Long drought. And Kirby with the early top. Go ahead, increment the seed. Puts us up to, at this point, C9. Winter, did you pay the subscription fee for that? You can't use ELO if you don't pay the subscription fee. Both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get this counted down between Scooty and Kirby. Game number 2. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. This is the 5th matchup between these players for ELO. And there seems to be a little bit of a pattern to what's going on. They have only started their series in July, back in Season 30. Scooty swept Kirby there 3-0. They met in the playoffs in Season 30. Scooty won that 3-1. They also met in Season 31. Scooty won that 3-1. And their most recent meeting was in the January 2026 Masters Round 3. And Scooty squeaked by, winning only 3-2. So, seems like every performance from Kirby has been either equal or better his previous one against Scooty. Of course, we know what Kirby can do. We saw that in the playoffs last year when he took out the defending champion Pixelandy. Last year tracks. Last season also works.
So even though Scooty holds a commanding 4-0 lead in their all-time series, you gotta imagine that Kirby is hungry to get his first win. 186 for Kirby, 185 for Scooty. Neck and neck. Here in game 2. Saw that bit, so it was nice. But once again, the negative piece is showing up, this time a negative O. On Scooty's side, but burns it out quickly. Bang down to Tetris. Immediately, I notice a difference between the last time he put a negative O in his stack. And I feel like Scooty has done the mental reset necessary. He'll bang down another Tetris. It is a 1,000-point game. At the half, and the paces are pretty good too. Like we're talking potential 700 transitions for both players right now, which is just kind of insane. Another Tetris, 380 points is the difference. I think the paces might have simmered down a little bit, but still, they're very high and very close. We are approaching the 100-line turn, and it's looking very likely that both players will have a $500,000 at that point. Missed 5-tap at the top of the board for Kirby, but it's more annoying than it is problematic. Kirby with the Z-spin solve on the right side. Scooty looking for a bar. Kirby will find it first. There it is for Scooty. He'll bang down a Tetris and then bangs down a T-spin. And another long bar as well for the Tetris. Like, we're still looking at high 600s for both players here. Kind of crazy. Also, how'd I miss that raid? 7-Page Wilson, thanks for the raid. Welcome in. Hope you've been doing well. Level 19 for ID Kirby, and the transition score is 653. That's pretty good. But it's not 694, which is what Scooty has. But Scooty's board a little dicey. Oh my goodness, the long bars for Scooty really saving his board. And the lead, 724 to 704. 20,000 point lead into level 20. I love how Scooty got a long bar there and the drought counter kept going. Might have to look at his calibration. A little bit of a complication here for Kirby, but he gets it cleaned up quickly. That does put him back by about a Tetris and a half in pace. $9.20 for Scooty, $9.11 for Kirby. Both players on a phenomenal pace. Kirby taking a few burns to make sure his board is going to be able to survive. When it gets the board down, and Scooty now doing some burns as well. He's already got the max out on level 25, 1,022,000. Kirby at 994. We'll max out here on 26. Look at that. A 1,300 point lead for Kirby. Gives the headlines, though, so Scooty will take the lead with that Tetris. Another pair of Tetrises there for Kirby. Scooty will get the bar over for the Tetris. We're approaching level 29 here in game number 2. And we've got some pretty big scores to go with it. Kirby is in at 1,208,000. Scooty is in at 1,236,000. 28,000 point lead for Scooty as we enter level 29. Both players getting acclimated to the speed. Kirby is open. Scooty will bang down a Tetris, but got an unfortunate Z in there and is going to have to burn the rest of that down. Oh my god, 520 points is the difference. Neck and neck. That's flat moment for Kirby there. Needs a tuck, doesn't get it. Only a 2-frame window to pull that off. So now Kirby is in dig mode. But Scooty not exactly clean either. He takes a triple to take the lead. But I mean, the lead's going back and forth right now with every clear. Like, this is insane. Oh no, the T. Oh, and Kirby just lost control there. And Scooty will take game 2. He'll go up 2-0. Yeah, it's all about the timing for flipping pieces like that. And Scooty with a 1.5 to finish it off. Both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get them counted down for game number 3. Scooty on the verge of a sweep. Can he make it happen? We'll find out in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Tyler in chat says, I think bro fixed his controller. He might have. He was tinkering around with it between the 2 matches, so you never know. All right, so we start game 3 here. Give you one more reminder about the Matcherino prize pool in the lower right-hand corner. We pay our top 4 players along with the division winners at the end of every season. We would like to pay the top 8. We need to get to 2,000 to do that. We'd at least like to hit our season goal of $1,000. We're a bit of a ways from that, but you can definitely help change that. Use the matcherino command in chat. Get the link over there and see what you can do to help us out. All contributions are very much appreciated. Scooty got a sudden thirst in the middle of his match here. Oh god. That didn't go well. We'll get that fixed up though. What do you mean it's fine? It's fine if you're Kirby. He's up 189 to 150. It's kind of funny because I did something similar to that in my match against Iceblade today. Because we're on game 4. And I'm up 2-0. But right before the countdown, Iceblade says, no, it's 2-0. As I'm up 2-1. It's like, what? So I try to find a point early on in the game where I can flash 2-1 at the camera. And of course, after I did with that, I immediately missed a 5-tap. Womp womp. Scooty in a bit of a spot here. Not going to be able to get a dirty Tetris out of that. Kirby not exactly in a good spot either, but... I feel like Scooty here could have the potential to take the lead. Oh god, Kirby is in a lot of trouble all of a sudden. Kirby needs a bar or a way to burn. And there's the bar finally for the Tetris. He will stay alive. But Scooty's board is clean, and Scooty could take advantage. He'll get a Tetris. Well, that's because GD's a baller, Tyler. I have to play him, and I'm scared. You want to hear something crazy? I am 3-2 in my division right now, and I am still not safe from relegation. My division is a cluster right now. Which is kind of crazy to think about. Like, I could get relegated, or I could... I don't know if I can still win the division, but... Kirby in trouble here. Still a ways to go before transition, so has time to get this down before a speed increase. Kirby gets that right side open, but it's going to plug the well. Oh man, some of these sacrifices he's making to open up other holes just frightening. $445 for Scooty, $320 for Kirby. Kirby has 8 lines to get himself into a position to play at level 19. Interesting double flip there. I think it was intentional, though. Scooty's in at 494, but Kirby is up high at 328. He will be able to play through this. 570 for Scooty, 361 for Kirby. Scooty with a 200,000 point lead. Yeah, I'm at... Did you say 28%? I'm at 33, bro. Both players back to a normal board state here, so scoring can resume. Another couple of Tetrises there. And again, both players scoring in Tetris's 209,000 point lead has not changed for a couple of levels. Kirby looking for a bar here. Finally decides to burn. I don't know if he meant that triple flip. It worked out because there's no bar. What is this? This is a good drought here. Finally, both players will get the simul Tetris with the exact same bar. Big match with GD. I think I'm 0-3 against GD. Although if I play like I did against Ice Play today, I have a chance. So we'll see. But if GD plays like he did yesterday, I'm screwed. For those that don't know, Grand Designs, a Division 5 player, defeated Crab Rangoon, a Division 2 player, in the Toasters Open. In the semifinals too. It was insane. Another Tetris for Kirby. Scooty about to max out with the next bar. There it is. Max out. Level 27. As we are barreling towards the level 29 speeds. And Kirby has a lot of ground to make up, so I have to get himself prepared. Another Tetris. He is really low on the board, too. This would be a very nice level to transition with if the pieces cooperate. And they do. Tetris for both players into level 29, 1,136 to 960. Kirby set up in column 7. Misdrops a piece, though, and was unable to get the Tetris. Scooty, meanwhile, gets himself cleaned up. It is in the middle of a drought. One of these droughts here. This one's brutal. And Kirby is going to be done at 978. And Blue Scooty, despite his troubles against SV, gets the whole enchilada. He'll upend the defending champion, Alex T, as the #1 seed going into the playoffs as he takes this match 3-0. GG's. And honestly, W mental reset from Scooty. He was... I have never seen Scooty as tilted as he was in his match against SV. Like, Scooty to me is like the picture of calm, relaxed, having fun. But, you know, some days you're just not feeling it. It happens. It happens to everyone. Even Tetris crashing players like Scooty. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, there is nothing wrong with this Mullen either. This is another nice game for Scooty. Yeah, Grandpa. Get him some ice cream next time you see him. Another Tetris. I think Scooty has decided that he is not going to miss the rollover this time. There it is, 1,626,000 into the level 39. Double kill screen. Not gonna quite be able to make a level 4. Oh, okay, 339 lines. I mean, pretty close. But there he is, your winner. Blue Scooty, flying high into the playoffs as he finishes off a perfect record. GG's. Missed 2 games, but I mean, what was that, 6-0? Oh, yeah, a 5-0 rather. So Scooty. Oh no, it is 6-0 because I didn't update the first match yet. All right, with that, I'm gonna take a brief break, and we'll get some Division 3 folks in here up next. It's gonna be, oh, damn it, Anpu. Well, Anpu, you're not playing. GG. Anpu versus Vance. Stay tuned. Yeah, who else that pointed out that one game from Scooty? Like, that was a huge game. Anpu, I swear, if this is a picture of a big orange. I have Vance's. I've had Vance's since last game. Just got to figure out where he went. He's not at his computer at the moment, so it might be a moment before we get started. Definitely gonna have to make Vance a bit larger here.
about ready. Go ahead, transition on over. There they are. The all-powerful orange. And Vance is going to be kicking it off here in a moment. Go ahead, drop them a seed in chat. There it is, 768 D16. Man, that's a very short seed. All right. Both players are ready. Let's go ahead, get this kicked off. A Division 3A matchup between Anpu and Vance. We'll go ahead, count it down for game number 1. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris. On the left, he is the man who is devising the next great Ponzi scheme of Tetris, where he's going to charge everyone a subscription to read the ELO sheet. Playing DAS out of Canada with a PB of 1,211,000. Welcome in, Anpu. Where do I sign up? Suspense squirrely. And on the right, best player out of the United States with a PB of 1,232,000. Welcome in, Vance. And yeah, a rare, at least for this show, all DAS match. I think the last time we had one of these, it was King versus Moo. Anpu really having a bit of trouble getting through this. But a couple good pieces get the board down to a more comfortable level. Certainly one that can be taken care of, provided the pieces don't start souring on him. Has a good set of pieces there, so he's cleaned up. 162 for Vance, 88,000 for Anpu. Jedi's here for the DAS for sure. Another Tetris for Anpu. Trying to keep this game from getting away from him early. Good tuck there, looking for another setup. Yeah, that Z was no bueno. A couple burns there while Vance takes another Tetris. He's a 97,000 point lead. And you may be wondering, what is at stake here? Well, if you haven't been reading the spoilers in chat, these two players are playing for the number 2 spot in Division 3A, which would give them a promotional promo opportunity against one of potentially 4 different players. We don't know who yet. Right now, Jati holds the spot at 31 points. He has a 4-3 record. Anpu can overtake him with a 3-1 or better. Vance can overtake him with a 3-0. If we go to a cider or Vance wins 3-1, Jati will hang on to the number 2 spot. So, kind of a
precarious scenario for Jonty to be in. He can't even do anything about it. He's just got to wait it out. Tetris for Anpu, back by 69,000 points. And this is also the final game in Division 3A as well. Lokenzie's going up to Division 2. White Monster and Nutrisic Acid will be playing relegation playoffs against their Division 4 counterparts. Undecided who those will be yet. $495 for Vance at that 100 line turn, 382 for Anpu. Very good game for Vance here. Vance making a, I don't know if that was an early shift or a decision to take the burn. Either way, he didn't like it. But it didn't hurt his board at all. He still has a 70,000 point lead and 6 extra lines to work with here as we approach the level 19 transition. Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that 3B was also close to done. So Ian Keith and Nutrisic Acid will be in the relegation playoff. White Monster and 20 Dan 03 will have one more chance to stay alive in Division 3 without having to play a relegation match. Level 19 for Anpu. Look at the score for Vance, though. My God. Anpu at 528. Vance goes in at 637. Could have been a 650, but he chose to burn in. Very disciplined. Anpu in trouble here. Very nice pole vault, though, and he will open up that hole in column 3. Lugs a long bar down there, and he is back to normal like nothing happened. Unfortunately, the score disagrees. Something has definitely happened because he's back by 85,000 points and ahead in lines by like 13 here. So Anpu with a lot of work to do. Maybe hoping for a slip up from his opponent, but right now Vance is looking extremely solid. Oh, the hangs! I don't know if Anpu can do anything about this. He is done at 575. Vance takes game number 1. Vance playing this out, and why wouldn't you a 708 from level 23? Yeah, why didn't you roll switch? I mean... oh, well. Vance can go ahead and call it. We'll go ahead and increment the seed to 8-7. My bad, I'll roll switch next game. Yeah, there you go. Ready from Anpu. If I'm not mistaken, he's on emulator, right? Both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get them counted down for game number 2. We will start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. These two have only ever played one other time. It wasn't all that long ago either. It was on, believe it or not, Tetris Deathmatch. Just not hosted by me. was hosted by Van Dweller. And the result of that match came out 3-1 in favor of the all-powerful Orange. It's like I saw that when I was doing my show prep, and I'm like, wait, there's been a death match within the last year? It's kind of surprised to see it, but it happened. It was a thing. Bit of a drought here for... Well, I mean, no, it's not a drought because this drought counter's broken. I don't know what it is with the drought counter today. It just doesn't want to do its job. Kingsman says Tetris Deathmatch is just community tournament, but with Vandy rambling. There's definitely a place for that in the community. I feel like people enjoy how like Vandy is very real as a person. Like he doesn't make any bones about who he is and what he does, and I respect him for that because that's not easy to do. What's also not easy to do is dig out of this. Anpu in a mess. Just getting some really good pieces to bring this down. Yeah, the place is called Friendlies. No, Friendlies is a totally different vibe. Totally different vibe. And that's not a bad thing either. I mean, like Wars, for instance. Like this is the same thing as talking about Chris Tang versus Grand Designs, right? Some people really love what Grand Designs does, but a lot of people say, why isn't he more professional like Chris Tang? Just different people like different things. I like to let them like different things. Like Martz, he likes Kaka. 275 for Vance, 243 for Anpu. Or 7-Page Wilson, you know, his obsession with corn. Don't judge. Don't believe the drought counter, it's not real. Although it's starting to feel pretty real here as it's starting to tick on Vance's side now. That's how you know it's real. It's not 58-piece real, I don't think. Is it? It's not, is it? No, it was 33. $350 for Vance, $320 for Anpu. As we're approaching the 100-line turn here in game number 2. Another Tetris for Vance. Jati would love to see Anpu take a game. And then see Vance take a game. And then he won't have to worry about a thing. Hello, welcome in. Or aloe if you're, you know, into the hand lotion. If you prefer to use that for your rolling, that's a thing. 449 for Vance, 361 for Anpu. We're approaching level 19. Another Tetris for Vance, 475. Anpu's in at 409. Vance not going to take a chance here. He's just going to Burn this down because it does not like what's happening in columns 3, 4, and 5. Or maybe he does! Bang Tetris in column 3! How about that? 501 into level 19. That was fantastic. Level 20. It is a 1 Tetris lead, but Vance also has 8 lines to work with that Anpu has already used. Nice tuck for Anpu and gets Das back just in time for the bar. 160 points is the difference. Another Tetris for Anpu. He's got the lead. Oh, but a couple of misdrops there. A negative O, negative bar. Fills in the bar dependency. I don't know what it is with all the negative pieces tonight. That was like number 4 and 5. Everyone's making holes in 4s. Well, this game is tight. Tetris for Vance. He's got the lead back. Anpu. Not going to go quietly. He gets a Tetris as well. Boards are climbing for both of the DAS players here. Vance gets a bar over for the Tetris. Anpu wasn't set up yet, so I had to throw the bar left. Now we'll get the Tetris. 624 for Vance, 622 for Anpu. But that 10 lines of difference in a DAS match really hangs in the air. Now we got a negative J on board. Like, do we need to start doing negative piece bingo? Like, that's it's been uncanny how often that's been happening today. Look at how close this was. Another Tetris for Vance to go into the lead by a Tetris. Anpu's got to figure something out to get some points on the board. He is running out of time. Vance bangs down another Tetris, 756 to 673. Tetris for Anpu. He crosses the 700,000 mark. Misses a quick tap on the left. Oh, but misses a tuck as well and didn't have DAS to try the long bar. And this could be the nail in the coffin for Anpu here. 830 for Vance. And Anpu is out of time. Unless he's got some 29 play in his pocket, this one is a GG. We'll watch him play it out. Because you never know, he might bring out some rolling. Nice column 7 at the end there. But it's not going to be enough. As Vance looking for a max out here. As he takes a 2-0 lead. And there it is. 1,000,006 is the final. GG's. Well, Jati needs some help from Anpu. He needs Anpu to get a win here. Otherwise, Vance will be punching his ticket to the promotional playoff. Go ahead and increment the seed and get ready for Game 3. On the downside for Anpu here is Anpu is now officially not relegated, but not promoting. He's going to stay in Division 3 next season, regardless of the outcome of the rest of this match. The question is he going to try to play spoiler for Vance's hopes, or will Jati get taken out? Both players are ready. Let's go ahead and count it down. Game number 3. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And it's definitely a very tough opponent to play. Certainly one of the stronger gas players. So far, he's gone 4-2 this season. He's only lost to Jati and Lakenze, who are the number 1 and 2 players in the division right now. He's taken out the likes of Nitricic Acid, Odin, Scamper, and White Monster. Meanwhile, Anpu also on a 4-2 record. His path was a little different. He lost to White Monster and Lakenze, but managed to take out Jati, Nitricic Acid, Odin, and Scamper. Anpu with the Tetris there. And this game, it is Anpu taking control early. Anpu laughing at his board. He's going to get this down. Tetris for Vance. He's got a slight lead, 172 to 169. Hey now. Another Tetris. It's both players looking with... They're ready to get some points on the board here. Another Tetris for Anpu. Winter must not be here because she didn't say her line. Vance running into a little bit of difficulty trying to get this board down to the bottom. Anpu has taken advantage. He's got the lead. Sets up a Vitz in column 5 and gets it done. Oh, man. I don't know if Anpu lost stats there, but fortunately the board was low enough that he's able to get the bar all the way over. But that looked not ideal. But no harm, no foul. He's got the lead, 311 to 253. Bit of an early shift there, or maybe a late skill stop for Vance. Of course, if it was a late skill stop, then I get to charge royalties for the skillless stop. That's my move when I play DAS. Another Tetris for Vance. 386 for Anpu, 305 for Vance. Bit of an awkward board for Anpu, but Anpu's goal here is to just clean things up, get the right side going, and then I don't think the plan was to misdrop that Z there. But he will get a Tetris, 417, just past the 100-line turn. As another line differential starting to open up between the two players. And it appears to be because Anpu has decided to push down. They were not doing that in games 1 and 2. Kham says, who won verse? Well, you're just going to have to go back and watch Kham because game number 1 was a banger. Please watch game number 1. Like, that's probably one of the best games that I've had the pleasure to call in a long time. That's a very good game. Vance's board getting a little high here, and 19's not that far away. There's still time to clean this up. It looks like that is what's going to happen here, at least enough to play 19. Here we go, 499 into level 19 for Anpu. There it is. Ooh, quick tap for Vance. Gets that over. Moving the pieces with the power of moving around in his chair. Gets that T over. Oh my god. This is very precarious for Vance. But now he's got things in order. Tetris for Anpu. Anpu with a huge lead right now. 611 to 480 into level 21. But still a long way to go. Vance in another situation here. Has a double L dependency. Fills one with a T. And gets the other one filled. And now is able to burn it out. He's ready to score. Where is the bar? Oh my goodness, that dead drop of the Z. I am going to guess he did not have DAS to try to get that to the left. Nice quick tap on the bar. Vance pulling out all the stops to try to stay alive, to try to keep his hopes of a Division II playoff spot on the cards, but he is trailing by 250,000 points. Level 24. Another Tetris for Vance. Anpu with a Tetris. That is an 8, almost 9 Tetris lead. Vance not enjoying the pieces he's getting right now. Like, what was that L? Oh, no. Oh, the early shift! He's still alive, though. What a quick tap that was! What is this DAS control? I think he's going to get out of this. He's back by 330,000 points, but he's getting out of this. Unbelievable. What a dig. Bang Tetris. Anpu's going to be done at 900,000, but I think he's done enough. I don't think there's 295,000 points left for Vance unless he decides to switch to roll. Gets a T-spin. I mean, this has just been a DAS clinic, but unfortunately, Anpu has been an efficiency clinic. He'll take game number 3. And Vance looks quite defeated because he knows he was 1 game away from that Division II spot, but it is going to be Jati that hangs on to the number 2 spot in Division 3A. GG's. Anpu definitely playing the spoiler for Vance there. That was a heck of a game. 927. All right. Go ahead, hit up the next seed. Should be A9. Yeah, both these players coming in here with the hopes perhaps unseating Jati from the number 2 spot, but in the end, after all the dust has settled and the blood has been spilled, Jati stands above them both. Got outscored by my game 1 transition. Oh my goodness. Both players are ready. Let's go ahead and count this down. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And now we play in Anpu's domain. we play for Elo. Anpu also preventing the sweep there, so it's a plus. Are we gonna get a bar here? What's going on, game? 30 pieces and counting, still no bar. Finally, the bar shows up, but Vance is the only one able to take advantage of it. And now Anpu's got to hope for another one. He will get it. Tetris for Anpu. Jarty. Hi, Vandy. Were your ears ringing? I think I mentioned you like 3 times tonight already. Vandy, did you know that Tetris Time does not know how to do a line spin? I learned that tonight, and I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. What did you do now? You cast the only match that these two have played prior to today. Anpu vs. Vance on the April 2025 edition of Tetris Deathmatch. Fortunate. Look at the score, neck and neck, 112 for Vance, 111 for Anpu. Anpu, who is coming up with a scheme to try to make money off the ELO sheet. That has to be cap. It didn't seem like it. Like, I'll be honest, Tetris Time is not exactly known as a jokester when it comes to that kind of thing. Kingsman was like, I think even Martz has done one. $231 for Vance, $230 for Anpu. Very close game number 4 so far. Another Tetris for the players. Anpu currently with a 1 Tetris lead. Ooh, and an overshift to the S there. Sets up a tuck, gets it done. Vance playing clean, though. Has an opportunity to get back into this. And depending on how many squares Anpu gets here, potentially take the lead. What were those squares? You gotta be kidding me with all those squares. $358 for Anpu, $350 for Vance. And Vance does now take the lead. Just a reminder, we do have one more match after this tonight. Going to be Guerrero taking on Paco is a Taco. Was that an overshift or not seeing the long bar in time for Anpu there? Could have been either. Either way, missed out on a left well Tetris. We'll see if that makes a difference in the long run, but right now, he'd just like to get a long bar to fill in that dependency. Oh, no. Oh, this is not good. He needs a bar, and he's in a drought. He gets the bar for the triple, but I think this is still not good. And he's got to throw something left now. Bar will go over. Bit of a scary moment there for Anpu, but finds his way down. We're getting close to the level 19 transition. In fact, we're one Tetris away. And Anpu would love to do it down the middle. Of course, you know, best laid plans. He'll take a double. 414, 522 for Vance. A 4+ Tetris lead. As these two playing it towards a consolation prize of getting a match win here. Right now, Vance in the driver's seat with a 5 Tetris lead. And for the first time in a while, the line difference is reasonable. Anpu. Oh, Anpu. Okay, that's good. It gets a tuck. But that is a spire in the middle. He needs a bar now, and it's not coming. Vance gonna take it 3-1. GG's. Feel free to play this out or succumb to the same drought. I think the answer is succumb to the same drought, but yeah, he's your winner. The real Vince. It's Vance. Up next, our final game of the night, as Guerrero is going to take on PacoisTaco. Stay tuned. Not exactly a match DB bug, because I had it sorted by elo. I did not have it sorted by, or not sorted. I had it filtered by elo matches only. And DAS is a separate category. I'm only going to run a 1-minute ad break because these two players are, like, on the ball. Like, let's go. Oh, you know what? I actually think I remember that, Anpu. Like, didn't he, like, pick it up at the end of a stream because someone no-showed or something? And you two were just like, yeah, let's play? Am I remembering that right? Oh my goodness, wow. I know some Tetris lore, what the heck? We're just waiting on PacoisTaco to return to the computer, and then we've tried the computer, console, probably both, and then we'll get going. Well, if it was on CTM, wait, it's deathmatch. And I think, or if I recall correctly, he brought out the deathmatch graphics. Either way, we're gonna have our final match of the night here. Believe it or not, Division 3B, even though it only has 2 matches left, is not decided by any stretch of the imagination. PacoisTaco still has a, I'd say, fairly decent shot at promotion to Division 2. He would need to get to 38 points, which would be a sweep in one match and a 3-1 in another. And failing that, Tyler would win the division. No one else can catch him. And at the very least, Tyler gets a playoff promotion. Yeah, thanks for playing, Vance. But yeah, everybody playing today is still alive in their respective divisions coming into the match. Everyone having something to play for, which is kind of, you don't get that all that often this late in the season. Yeah, right now the playoff situation is kind of something like this. Guerrero and Shake both have 1 match left. Guerrero has to outperform Shake in that final match. But they're not playing each other, but he has to get a better scoreline than Shake. But if neither of them win their last match, PacoisTaco will steal it from them because he would be the one to beat them both. So kind of a gauntlet scenario, not CT gauntlet, but an actual gauntlet match scenario for Paco. We're still waiting on Paco to return, and once he does that, we can get this started. There he is. All right, let's go ahead and switch us over because we are ready to rock. There they are. They got the doctor on the left. And the taco on the right. Didn't know you were waiting. Yeah, you guys said it like 3 times. But we got you here now. Let's go ahead and give you 2 a seed. And this is like a matchup where I feel like I should say, make sure your double kill screen is turned on. 35751E is the seed. GLHF from Paco. That is a ready from Guerrero. That's a ready from Paco. Let's go ahead and get this counted down for the Division 3B match between Guerrero and Paco. Let's start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Introducing on the left. We have ourselves a roller out of Colombia with an NTSC PB of 1,270,000. Welcome in, Guerrero. And on the right, rolling out of the United States with a PB of 1,550,000. Paco is Taco. And now that we all want tacos, it looks like Paco's got a long bar sitting on his desk for good luck. I guess I can't ask where's the bar. It's right there. Well, so far, Paco has not had to ask that question much. He's got the lead, 119,077 for Guerrero. This matchup is a first-time matchup for these players. Well, Paco with some misdrops here. This could get a little spicy if he doesn't get the right pieces. That is the right piece if I've ever seen it. Very nice. Got a drought coming in with a long bar dependency. There's a couple bars. Just in the nick of time. Now Guerrero getting into a spot here. Paco does have the lead. So getting this down is imperative for Guerrero. Paco's board climbing again. And it's another drop. It does find a bar. These droughts have been pretty short, around 15 pieces. But you still feel them. Paco in a bit of trouble, getting high up on the board. Needs some way to resolve that left side. Tetris for Guerrero. He's about to take the lead with the next Tetris. And Paco's like, what can I do, man? Looking for a bar. Guess what? There's no bar. All right, finally another bar shows up. Another one of those short droughts. Oh, he's going dirty here. Could have gotten that cleaned up, but Decided for the aggression, and again, another short drought gets the Tetris. 228 for Paco, 219 for Guerrero. Kind of a bit of a suffer game for both players. Paco going for another dirty Tetris. There's the bar, there's the Tetris. Now it's going to bring this board down. This one is not a Tetris well, but now it's not even a well once he blocks it off. Guerrero looking for a bar of his own. He will get it, and he will take the lead. Feel like for as long as Paco has been up halfway up the board here, that was a long time for Guerrero to take the lead there, but the lead is his. He's got a 2 Tetris lead as we enter the 100-line turn. Paco just wants a bar. That's all he wants. And it's coming at the wrong time. He just gives up on the bar. It burns it all the way down. Now he's got the right side open, though, so he's back into scoring territory, but he's 13 lines ahead and 55,000 points down. As both players bang down a Tetris there. So I'd imagine maybe one of the things Paco is got to lean on that maybe Guerrero does not is deeper 19 play. Or 29 play, rather. Given the disparity of their PBs. It's like, if you're talking about a Division 1 player and their PB's difference is like 500 or 5,200,000 to 5,500,000, that's not a big deal. But 1,200,000 and 1,500,000, that's actually miles apart. And the reason simply because that's around the border where, you know, if you want a 1.5, you either have to literally play perfect Tetris or play on the level 29 speeds. Guerrero with the lead, but it is not a true lead. That's the 15. Actually, no, it is a true lead. What am I saying? He's got a 1 Tetris real-time lead and 14 extra lines to work with. So yeah, that's not just a true lead. It's a pretty big true lead. But both players are settled in with level 19 and seem to be locked and dialed, ready to go. Nice 5-tap there for Paco. Gets the bar over. We'll bang down the Tetris. Another Tetris for Guerrero. There's a Tetris for Paco. 660 for Guerrero. 646 for Paco. Tuck setup for Paco. This is the J to the left, but we'll just tuck a square under that, so more of an annoyance than anything. There's the bar over for the Tetris. Guerrero with the Tetris as well. Paco has the real-time lead. 713 out of Tetris to go to 744. Guerrero at 698, but 20 extra lines to work with. I don't think Guerrero was quite ready to put that S over to the left. Maybe decided on what to do with it at the last second. But it made it to where it was going. 5,000 point lead for Guerrero. Paco's set up. He's gonna just take the safety burn here. But it doesn't work out. Safety burn now is looking a little dangerous. He's hit level 27. So he's got 15 lines to get this down. Gonna try a little bit of sacrifice there. It works out. The delayed burn coming through. Bar over for the dirty Tetris. Guerrero getting to a spot here. He needs a bar right. Good cleanup there, and the bar comes too late, but Guerrero did a nice job to keep the board nice and low. He still has a lead as Paco hits level 29, 852, still trailing. Gets that 5-tap over. That's going to be it, though. Guerrero going to take game number 1. Bandy pointing out that Guerrero as BF. Yeah. I'm sure that sounded better in your head. I mean, I get it, but pretty bad. We'll increment the seed to 4-6. That was a fun game. But Paco's probably not going to want to live as close to the top of the board for as long as he did in that one. Here in game number 2. They were ready from Paco. There's a ready from Guerrero. Let's go ahead and get this counted down. Game 2 will start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Alfred von Wigglebottom says, "Go team." No. Go that name. That's that's great. T-spin. Nope, 2 E-spin. F. Ooh, missed square to the left for Guerrero. And it's in a location where he's going to have to burn no matter what to get it back open. First time matchup for Elo between these two. Of course, Guerrero's been around for a little bit. Paco, on the other hand, has been kind of just exploding through the ranks in the last several seasons. And his rolling is definitely starting to get up there. Currently a 1 Tetris lead for Paco as Guerrero in a bit of a dig situation. Both players kind of towards the top of the board there. Nice pullback from Paco. He'll bang down a couple of Tetrises there. He's got an 82,000 point lead. But Guerrero does have the right side open, and with some lines in hand, will pull some of that back. But not all of it. Kip Duran saying Paco has some banging pajama pants. It's-a me, Mario. Guerrero getting the J for the tuck. And about halfway through level 18. It's another big line difference, 71 for Paco, although as soon as I say that, Guerrero gets 2 Tetrises to even it up, 273 to 237 at the 71 line mark. Not quite a Toastros, but it's still about as annoying for the commentator. saying something and then the player is making it immediately not true. What is true is Paco, really with a 2.5 Tetris lead. Gonna bang down another Tetris there. Guerrero gonna get the Tetris. It's a bit of an awkward parity to deal with. LJ dependency finally gets filled in, and that will help out a ton towards fixing up this board health. And try to go for the T-tuck, and second piece gets the T. We're at the 100-line turn. It's 395 for Paco, 361 for Guerrero. Paco with another Tetris. Guerrero waiting on the bar. And there's the Tetris. Paco has been very efficient so far this game. Not willing to go for the Vits, though. At least not this high up. We'll get the Tetris there as we're barreling towards the level 19 speed transition. Simul Tetris. Some of these skims from Paco is helping Guerrero get some of this lead taken away. It's now less than a Tetris, and that missed Z to the left there. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is now scary because this is a 28-piece drought and counting, and after 30 pieces, Paco gets the Tetris into level 19 at 523. Oh, Guerrero also making a misdrop just before transition. Can he hang on long enough? He cannot! He is done at 479! The long bar is what tops him out. We're tied at 1. Paco's like, thank you. All praise the long bar. Yeah, that 30-piece drought that looked like it was trouble for Paco was more trouble for Guerrero. We'll advance the seed to 5-7. A little bit of palindrome with the first 4 characters there. Thank you, Kip. That's much appreciated. Nasty droughts in these seeds. Yeah. Welcome to CTL Sunday. Prime time. Hashtag stay hydrated. We're ready for game number 3. Let's count it down. We'll go in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So with that game, Shake's math becomes a little bit easier. Shake's certainly interested in the outcome of this one. Bit of an early drought here. Guerrero not really set up for one. Paco does get the Tetris. So Paco with the early lead. Just basically off handling the first drought of the game better. There's another Tetris. So yeah, as mentioned, if Shake wants to keep that number 2 spot, all he's really got to do is outperform Guerrero here in this match, and then win over Paco. Guerrero On a 30-piece drought here. Some nasty droughts this set. Just like Paco was saying, that square didn't go where it wanted to. Or maybe it did go where it wanted to. Maybe it wanted to hang like that. $197 for Paco, 94,000 for Guerrero. This has been a bit of a suffer start for Guerrero, similar to game one. But Guerrero did eventually win that game. Oh, nice. Takes a triple. And now with Love a J. Love a J. J doesn't come. So it's going to have to do some more burning. Oh, these pieces are not very helpful for this burn sequence, but finally gets a good set of pieces. And he probably didn't even feel that 20-piece drought. 275 for Paco, 138 for Guerrero. Halfway through level 18 here in game number 3. Now, Paco has basically double Guerrero's score through 70 lines. Ooh, didn't make the adjustment on the bar. So Paco having to cover the well with the J, and now finding a way to open it back up. Finds it with the T, and bang, Tetris. Five Tetris lead for Paco. Trying to keep his hopes of a division championship alive. He has to win the next 5 games to unseat Tyler. At the moment that Paco drops another game, Tyler will be the Division 3B champion. There's a triple for Guerrero. Really trails by 97,000 points at the 100-line turn. Bang down a Tetris there. Another Tetris for Guerrero. Paco opting to play it safe with that L dependency. Oh, early shift of the L. And that turned that J dependency into a bar dependency right as the J was coming, which is just bad timing. Oh my goodness, what are these pieces? This is not good for Paco. Oh no, he tried to do something, and he reached for something on his desk, and he hangs bars. Guerrero, you're in a chase down. You need 440. And you can get it before 19 with a Tetris. Just needs a bar. Well, he'll have to do it on 19, but won't take much 19. And you can see he's just looking like he wants to line it out. How to make the laptop not go to sleep. Shake it violently. And I guess that was the distraction. And that distraction was all Guerrero needed to take a 2-1 lead. All right. Seats up to 6-8. Not 5-8, 6-8. Sorry, no 6-7, no 6-9. You got your funny number in game 2. No one said anything about it. What the heck? All right, just waiting on a ready from Paco, and we should be good to go. All right, he's got it fixed. That's good. Both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get this counted down. Game number 4. Guerrero. Out to take the set if he wins this one. We'll see if he can in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Also, as a note, give it up for CTWC World Champion of Silver, Tyler Tetris, for taking the Division 3B crown here in Season 32. Ooh, bit of a rough start for Paco. That almost was inviting a club membership invitation. You know what I'm saying? So Paco with the early lead here, 18,000 points. And this is actually, doing some quick math here, and of course Tetris players doing math, take this with a grain of salt. I believe that PacoisTaco must win this game to stay alive for a playoff promotion in Division 3B. If he loses this one, the most he'll be able to get is 33, and Guerrero will have 34. So, very important game for Paco. Even if he loses in a decider, he still has a chance to sneak into the playoffs. But a 3-1 will eliminate him here. So far, he's able to take advantage of a wacky board from Guerrero. He's got himself a 4 Tetris lead just before the half. He'll bang down another Tetris. This is a great game so far for Paco as well. I mean, look at this lead, first of all. 7 Tetris lead. But also, he's almost at 400,000 at 80 lines. Interesting that Guerrero didn't use the bar for the bits there. I thought that was what the plan was, but still gonna get a Tetris all the same. 418 for Paco, 268 for Guerrero. And this is the case of the good game versus the suffer game right now. Another Tetris hits 510 before the 100-line turn. Another Tetris for Guerrero. And now we're hitting a bit of a drought. Nice 5-tap. I don't know if I would have gone for that, but he certainly did. Tetris for Paco, 539, nearly a 200,000 point lead, but Guerrero will bang down a Tetris, trying to keep pace, try to at least get a 500k transition. Tetris for Guerrero. Paco looking for a bar here. We'll find it for the Tetris. Guerrero deciding not to make a long bar dependency and then makes a long bar dependency immediately afterwards. That was a case of, that was a nice gesture, good idea, but the pieces said no. And sometimes the pieces just do that. 656 for Paco into level 19. 469. Hey now for Guerrero. Paco bangs down a couple of Tetrises there. The 712. 211,000 points in the lead. There's a small line difference, but really not significant compared to the lead at the moment. Another Tetris for Paco. Paco is rocking an 81% Tetris rate here on level 22. That means he's burning less than 1 out of every 5 lines. Another Tetris. This game is insane right now. $890 into 24. Taking some safety burns here. He knows he's got a massive lead. He does not want to lose it. He doesn't need to win by 200,000. He just needs to win. Oh, had to make a bar dependency. Gets the bar quickly, though. Guerrero still hanging in there. 5 Tetrises back, level 25. But at this point, he has to hope for a total collapse. And that's going to be a max out on level 26 for Paco. Another Tetris, 1,062,000. 882 for Guerrero. Another Tetris. Paco with a 1.1. If he plays this way I think he does, he'll have 1 Tetris remaining before the level 29 transition. Not a bad game for Guerrero. Ooh, almost overshot that bar. And we'll get the bar there for the 9999. Level 30 for Paco, 1,162,000. Guerrero gonna have to get some deep 29 play here as he maxes out into the kill screen. Let's see what he can do. Another Tetris for Guerrero. All in on that bar is Paco. I think this is about as far as he's gonna get, but he has definitely put up a number. 1,176,000 will be enough. We're going to a decider. And honestly, I love the way that Paco played that. Like, he had an opportunity to try to go for like a 1.2 or a 1.3 into 29. And he just put the brakes on. Because he knew how much runway he had. Like, that was a perfect way to protect the lead. $7-9 will be the final seed for our decider. Our second decider of the night. Both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get this counted down. It's game number 5. The decider between Guerrero and Paco. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Indeed it is. Final game of the night. And here's the crazy part. Last game was Paco's last chance to stay alive in the playoffs. He passed that chance. He will be alive in the playoffs coming out of this match. This game, it's Guerrero's turn in the hot seat. If he loses this game, yes, he'll be in a tie for second with Paco, but doesn't help much when Paco has the tiebreaker. Rough start here for Guerrero. Oh my goodness, he does not like that S. His expression changed as soon as that first S showed up. And then he gets 3 more. And he's done at 26,000, Paco. Get a little teeny shot glass of decider there, but it's going to take the match. 3-2. He'll move up to 30 points. And make it so that the math is really easy when he plays Shake. The winner will get the playoff spot. And Paco's playing this out, and I say let him. Had a great transition last game as well. See that there's 2 other Tetris streams live right now, but I don't know what the score of either of them is. Well, that happened. But that's gonna be it. Paco, he might be upset with how that last game ended, but he's not upset with the result. Let me go ahead and mess with the sideways camera as the holder of the long bar takes the dub. Paco into a 1-set decider between himself and Shake to find out who will be getting the playoff spot to try to go up to Division 2. Oh, he's got the whole thing. He's got all the pieces. There you go. Thanks for playing. Let's say I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't seen you over on Wars. Haven't got to commentate you anywhere else, but good to have you here tonight. Of course, good to have everyone. Good to have you all watching. Based on the time, I think I am going to send it over to RXS, who's hosting a CTBW match. If you want more Tetris in your life, you can play CTM-style tournaments once every 2 weeks. Go check them out. Till next time, folks! We'll see you next week for the finale. Till then, see you, bye.